Hey there, this is Dial-In with Beyond the Emulator. Happy Friday to everyone. I was actually talking to somebody on Reddit recently, and they were talking about the Retroid Pocket 4 Plus, which is, well, one of my first handhelds that I picked up that I wanted. And they were talking about 5 different applications they wanted to use. Was for the Game Boy Advance platform, the PS1, the PS2, as well as the GameCube, and I believe one more, if I'm correct. I think that was about it, as far as I know. And, oh, Nintendo 64, my apologies. So I've been thinking about what would be the best way to set it up for just a simple setup on a Retroid Pocket 4, and using Lemuroid. I was going to go ahead and just add all 5 of those platforms with the ROMs and just go ahead and load them into that app, because it's pretty set as far as it's got the BIOS already built into it. It's easy to just put everything into one ROM and it will just load everything in. So what I did was I went ahead and went into it and realized that I'm only able to do 3 systems: Game Boy Advance, Nintendo 64, and PlayStation. So I wasn't able to do all 5. So I went ahead and I looked at my next alternative, and that's the Dijishou program. So what I did was I went over there to that one, and I started to build that one there as a front-end launcher. And currently what we have right now is just the GameCube. My camera's having some issues there. Sorry about that. So going back into it, I'm in the Dijishou front-end launcher, and what I did was I have here already the GameCube, as well as the Sony PlayStation 2. So we're able to go to that program there, and I've got 2 games listed right now. One is Crash Nitro Kart, which if I go ahead and press A to get it started, go ahead and press confirm twice. It should be loading up. I think what we're having is an association with the PS2 app, and what they're wanting to use is not the Nether SX. So what I did do is I downloaded the 5 actually standalone emulators that I would be using: the MyBoy for the Game Boy Advance, the DuckStation for the PS1, the 2 Dolphin emulators. There's 2 of them. There's the Dolphin Emulator, and then there's also the Dolphin Emulator MMJR2. And then what I did was I loaded my ROMs on there, and then I was trying to patch them between that and the front-end launchers. But as far as them functioning on this end, if we were going to go ahead and click it, it's going to go ahead and launch it. And the preference of using either Dolphin emulator at this point is up to you. Both of them will work for most of the programs, but some of them can have different tweaks and adjustments you can get into. At this point, I'm not really getting into it. Just kind of setting up these 5 platforms onto like a front-end launcher, or even if they have to be just standalone. So we'll go ahead and get out of that. So we know that works. And then as well as we have the M64, which is the N64 emulator, and then the Nether SX2. So if I go over to that one and use the PlayStation 2 platform, I should be able to get out of this. Let's see what happened here. Go ahead and open it up again. We'll go ahead and add those files. So it seems right now we'll go over the Simpsons. And I think what's happened is that I don't have the BIOS set up, maybe. So for this particular, oh, there we go. I believe we do. There we go. Simpsons Road Rage is working. So having to use a standalone PS2 emulator is what the direction you'd have to end up going. So we do know it works. The M64 basically is one that's as well set up for your N64, so you can have those games as well. So if we were going to go to that game was not there. Let's see which one we had going before. We'll go with this one. These are games on a different ROM, so my apologies. Let's see if we can start this game over. None of these games are over. So what we need to do is we basically need to just refresh these ROMs. So we're going to go ahead and select a folder. I'm going to go ahead and find my SD drive. I'm going to go ahead and find my ROMs. These were N64 games, so we're going to go ahead and select that folder. We're going to allow it. It's going to import them. Basically, here we go. This is the games that we were supposed to be getting. So let's go with Tetrasphere. See if we can get that up there. There we go. Tetrasphere is working on the standalone. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and exit out of this. Okay. Going to go ahead and clear out of this and go to the main screen. What we're going to do is we're going to go to the Dijishou. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add that platform. So we're going to go to Settings. We're going to go to Library. We're going to download a platform. We're going to find the Nintendo 64. So we scroll down to that. We select it, go ahead and import it. Now we're going to go back to the library. We're going to locate that. One more. Now we're going to go ahead and where the plus says pass, we're going to add that. We're going to go ahead and say add more. We're going to go to the ROMs. We're going to go to the N64 folder. We're going to go use that folder. We're going to go allow. We're going to go sync. We're going to go ahead and click on that screen. And here's the games that were added that were on that ROM. And if we were on Tetrasphere, we could go ahead and press play. And out of that front end launcher, it'll basically load that game again, as an example. Go ahead and get out of there. So as far as now, we have 3 of them set up in the library: the Nintendo 64, the Sony PlayStation 2, and the GameCube. So what we can do is we can add another platform. We're going to go ahead and go with where is it? Nintendo 64. I think we're too far. We are going to go to Sony. We've already got the Sony PlayStation 2. Let's go ahead and add the PlayStation 1. We're going to go ahead and import it. I'm going to go back to the library. There's the Sony PlayStation. We're going to go to the path. We're going to add more. We're going to go to the ROMs that were recently there. We're going to pick that folder. We're going to use that folder. We're going to allow it. We're going to go, oops, my bad. That should be a backspace. We're going to sync. I'm going to go ahead and select it. Oh no, our files did not come over, so there is a glitch. Could be my settings, I'd have to check. So we've got one more to actually add. The last one we needed to do was the Game Boy Advance. Let's go ahead and do that. So we'll have to solve the issue of what's going on with the PS1 games. 2, Nintendo 64, Game Boy Advance. We're going to go ahead and add the path. We're going to go add more. We're going to go to the ROMs, Game Boy Advance. We're going to use this folder. We're going to go ahead and allow it. We're going to go ahead and sync it. Now when we go ahead and click on the Game Boy Advance, we've got the selected games. So if we were going to go ahead and click on Golden Sun, we can go here. And there you go. And if you want, it will basically, when you close it, and close it, it'll go right back to the function. And it actually has imagery. So that should help you basically, other than I'm going to go ahead and add some details below the video tutorial, actually showing where you can locate this stuff and where you can actually make some adjustments on those emulators. But basically at this point right now, this is all I was able to do. I was able to actually add 4 platforms to the Dijishou front-end launcher, and unfortunately the PS1 I'll have to look into. So thank you for watching, and happy gaming!